We are live, and tonight we have some chi and all sorts of goodies with Antonia.
Wonderful.
Welcome, Antonia. Over to you, darling.
Okay, I'm going to put myself on bigger view so I can see where I'm at in space and time. Okay, that's what I'm used to. So, oh, thank you. And welcome. For most of you, I'm sure it's evening. For me, it's the middle of the afternoon. So I have to think evening, restful time, quiet time. Qigong can be done a little faster or a little slower than, and in between. If I do these classes in the morning, I usually do them a little bit more vigorous, we do shaking and a lot of those kinds of movements. But because this is mostly evening for most of you, we're going to go into the slow movements. I'm going to combine movements from different teachers that I have learned it from. I've been doing it. This is my 8th year that I've been teaching it. I've been doing it for about 11 to 12 years. And it was quite by accident that I ended up teaching. I had no intention of doing it. I was very happily retired from everything, but here I am 8 years later. So let's begin by placing our feet firmly on the earth, might be on the floor, on a carpet, whatever, but you're sinking down into the earth. The whole bottom of your feet are growing roots right down into Mother Earth. Your knees are going to be always slightly bent or relaxed. Your tailbone will be pointing toward the earth or tilted so the pelvis is slightly forward and makes the tailbone point down toward the earth as well. Shoulders relaxed. Hands soft. Just leave them down by your sides. Make sure that your arms aren't next to your body and they're just a little bit of space in between, but they're down by your sides. The top of your head should feel like there's a string, like you're a puppet, and your head is being held upright. So it's kind of floating on top of your shoulders. Now, in Qigong, different teachers will tell you how to breathe a little bit differently. My teachers taught me that you breathe in and out through the nose, most of them. But I've had teachers that say, always breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. So I make it optional for my students. And I tell them, try to do it in and out through the nose, better for your nose, etc. But if it's difficult, breathe out through the mouth. The practice is to put the tip of your tongue on the roof of your mouth. Now, for me, I can't do it while I'm speaking, but I normally will do that if I'm doing my own practice. We're going to start with the what are called the Ba Duan Jin, or the 8 silk brocades. I love them because they encompass so many wonderful movements that include moving meditation. Qigong is sometimes referred to as a moving meditation. For those of us who find it more difficult to sit still and meditate, Qigong is a wonderful way to do that meditation and still acquire many of the benefits of meditation by doing slow, fluid movements with slow, deep breathing. And that's the intro, okay? All right, we're going to start with our hands in front. I'm going to back up just slightly so that you can see. We lace our fingers gently, and you're going to breathe in as you very slowly move the hands up, and then straighten up the body just slightly, but don't lock your knees. Breathing it in at face level, start turning your hands over and pushing upward. You're breathing out a long, slow, deep breath. Out, out, out. And then bend your knees a little extra as you come down. Lace your fingers in, turn, and breathe it out. Breathing it in, turn, and breathe it out. Breathing it in, and breathing it out. This movement helps to move the qi, that energy, that life force throughout the whole body. It moves through the three main areas of storage in the body, storing energy, the three dantians. In Qigong, we have three basic dantians, or three basic areas of energy storage. And if you do yoga and other practices, you know about chakras. Well, this is similar. The energy points in Qigong are three major areas. I'll go over those a little bit later. All right. And also this movement helps us to align our bodies and keep it straight as well. So that alignment is very important in Qigong. Align yourself as you move back and forth. All right, so next movement is that one sometimes is called holding up the sky. The next one is called shooting the buzzard or shooting the arrow, whichever you like. I like to do it this way. A lot of variations on this. I like to step out to one side, a little wider. And if you're able to, you go out a little bit wider and kind of squat down, but not necessary. I tell most of my students, most of them are over 60s and 70s and 80-year-olds, you don't have to do that. So, all right, you're going to take one arm out, and which side is fine, either side. You can mirror me, and you form like an L. This is the arrow. And as you do that, you're pulling back across the lungs. With the other one, you're pulling back the bow. You're opening up the lungs, and you're breathing deeply. In. And then as you stretch that arm out, open up the other hand, you start to breathe out. Oops, I was breathing out through the mouth. Got in the habit of that. Back the other way. And I bring my foot in, and then I step the other way. Oops, you probably can't see my arrow. Breathe it in. Breathe it out, and back in. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. This one is very good for the lungs. It helps to invigorate the lungs. And it also is beneficial to the kidneys. All right. Let's do it again on this side. Oops. And out. And in. And out. And in. And out. One more time on this side. And out. Then feet back together, shoulder width apart. Hands here in front. This is the lower dantian, right in here. This is called the Field of Elixir, a place where we store energy, that qi, that we can use throughout the rest of the day or the evening, or even in our sleep, because at night our body heals and repairs itself. So it's always good to bring that qi, that energy, to the lower dantian. And we also have the middle dantian, which is often referred to as the heart-mind center, and the upper dantian, which many of us have heard it called the third eye, or our area of insight. So the three main areas of our storage of gathering energy. All right, the next one of the 8 brocades, we come up here in front of the chest or in front of the mid-down tian, turn your hands one on top of the other. This forms a chi ball. Just massage the chi ball for a second. You can begin to feel the energy through the palms of the hands. These points are called the Lao Gong. They're energy points, they're energy centers where energy enters into the body and exits as well. So we gather the energy, build up the energy in the hands and the palms between the Lao Gong. And then we're going to connect the heavens and the earth, or I like to say Madre Tierra, the Mother Earth, and the cosmos, the universe, however you want to see it. The bottom hand is going to come up, top hand goes down, upper hand turns upward, palm up, 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 facing upward, the bottom hand faces down. And breathe in, breathe it in, breathe it in. You're gathering chi, energy from the sky, the yang energy, and from the earth, the yin energy. And breathe it out. Bend your knees a little as your hands come toward each other. They're going to change places. The other hand is going to go up. Breathe it in. Fill those lungs up. Feel the lungs expanding. And then breathe it out. Breathe it in. And breathe it out. And breathe it in. Gather, gather, gather. And breathe it out. Breathe in, breathe in, breathe in. And breathe it out. And breathe it out. And breathe it out. And then we will bring our hands back to the lower dantian area in front. The next one is kind of, I think, a fun one. It's called rocking the head and shaking the tail. And this is good for the heart. It helps to burn the fires of the heart and helps to regulate the circulation of the blood, etc. So you want to put your feet out a little wider if you can, unless you have problems with legs or anything like that. I like to put my feet out into what is called the horse stands in Tai Chi, where your feet are out wider, and you're kind of like you're sitting on an invisible chair back here. You're going to put your hands on your thighs. So I'm going to move back just a little bit so you can see that part. Okay. The important part here is how you're going to come down and across and up. So I'm going to get a little closer. Anyway, you'll still be able to see what I'm doing. You're going to take a breath in first. And you're always going to breathe out as you go down and breathe in as you come up. And then breathe out as you go down and breathe in as you come up. And this moves the tail and you're rocking the head at the same time. So take a breath in and breathe it out. Breathe it in and breathe it out. And breathe it in and breathe it out. And if you can, look a little bit back over your shoulder as you come up. It also helps with the neck movements. And breathe it in. And breathe it out. 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 In. And out. Last one. In. And then back to the center. And breathe it out. I breathe out through my mouth. Sometimes I forget to do my mouth. I got used to that with my students, that letting them breathe out through the mouth. So, and I'm trying to get back to breathing out, in and out through the nose, because in Tai Chi, that's what we do. Okay. This one is, sometimes we give, they have extra names, but it's sometimes called the owl. Sorry.
Quick time check, Antonia. We're 20 minutes in.
Pardon, 10?
We've got 10 minutes left, yeah.
Ooh, time goes by. I know my hours usually just fly by, so I'm not surprised. Okay, hands here in front. We're going to work on the neck. This is good for fatigue, distress, for vision, for a lot of different things. For the spine, for aligning your spine and keeping your neck strong. So start with our hands here. You're going to breathe in and breathe it out as you look back. That's exercising your vision. You're going to breathe it out. You're going to breathe it in. And you're going to breathe it out. And you're going to breathe it in. And you're going to breathe it out. And breathe it in. And breathe it out. And breathe it in. And breathe it out. I'm going a little too fast, probably. Breathe it in. And normally we would do a lot more, but I want to cover a couple more things. So that's the owl, for the lack of a better name. It has some other names too. This one is, see, all of these work with the meridians, and they work with the different organs. So we've covered lungs, heart. The one we did the connecting heaven and earth was for stomach and spleen. I think I forgot to say that. And for the kidneys and the lungs. This one is good for the liver. You put your hands like light fists, we call them light fists. You curl your hands a little bit like this at the waist. And you're going to punch forward very gently. This is not a hard punch or anything. As you breathe out, turn your hand, bring it back in as you breathe in. Breathe it out, turn your hand, breathe it in. Breathe it out. It helps to cleanse the liver. They say the liver holds a lot of deep emotions, fears, anger, those kinds of strong emotions. This is a way to push them away. I don't want them anymore. I'm bringing back good energy. I'm getting rid of anything that's negative in my life, and I'm bringing back good chi, good energy. Breathing it in and breathing it out. Breathing it in and breathing it out. All right, then bring your hand back. I want to do a couple of others, so I'm going to do the other two of the 8 brocades. I want to do a showering chi. This one to me is one of the most restful and very moving meditation type. So we're going to start with our hands here in front, and we're going to bend here at the quads, at the hip joints, just a little bit of squat so that you can come up. From here, we're going to breathe in on a count of 4, palms facing down. Turn the palms over, count to 4 as you breathe out. Bend your knees. A count of 4. In, breathing in, and a long count of 8 as you breathe a long, deep breath going out. I'm going to count it one more time. In, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. In, out. In, out. We're going to do that one more time. And this time, as when we do the showering part, I'm going to talk a little bit about cleansing the organs with this qi that we've been building up. So breathing it in, gathering qi from all over, around us, above us, below us. And as we come down from the top of the head, the crown, visualize that qi cleansing, showering light, cleansing energy, healing energy around your brain, the skull, your eyes, your ears, nose, mouth, throat, different glands, thyroid, thymus, lungs, heart, stomach, the intestines, bladder, going to bring up the energy again. Breathing it in, breathing it in, breathing it in, breathing it in, breathing it in. And at the face, turn it outward and breathe it out. Let's come down. Let's come up the center, breathing it in, breathing it in, breathing it in. And at the face level, turn it down. And this showering again. Gathering, scooping down into the earth, down into Mother Earth. Gather that energy from Mother Earth, Madre Tierra. Bring it up, bring it up, bring it up. Bathe your face, your whole face. You don't have to touch, you can if you want. Bathe yourself in that energy from Mother Earth. And then let your hands come floating back down. I don't know about you, my hands are tingling with energy right now. Step back in, bring your feet a little closer together. Place one hand, palm up, right here, right below the navel. This is the dantian area. It's right behind and below the navel area. We place one hand face up, and the other one, this is called a gathering or centering ourselves. We're going to gather. This is a good way to end the day. You could begin the day this way too, but a good way to end the day. Many times right before bed, I will do this as my last movement and action. And then down the center as you breathe it out. Also great if you have been in a crowd or you've been doing too much and you need now to quiet yourself or gather back your energy that maybe you felt like it was being pulled away from you from crowds or situations. It's a good way to center yourself. Breathing it in, and breathing it out. Breathing it in, and breathing it out. Breathing it in, breathing it in, and breathing it out. One palm on top of the other, both facing up. The thumbs are touching. This is called the monk holds the pearl. And keep your feet together like that. Keep your knees soft. Just let yourself, make sure your shoulders are relaxed. The shoulders are down, relax. Your elbows are relaxed. Knees, legs, tailbone. Open or close your eyes, and you can even drop your hands to your side and let yourself sway like a piece of bamboo in the wind. It's often called that, bamboo in the wind. First time I did this, I started spinning in circles, and it was, what an experience. But I usually just sway most of the time. And I thank you so much. May you have a wonderful evening, a good sleep, and I hope to see you again soon. Thank you.
Thank you so much, darling. That was awesome. Thank you.
Thank you for being here. Thank you all for being here. And it's wonderful to see you. I miss having that ongoing connection. I've been busy too, so I know everybody's busy and we're all busy, but I think it's a great idea to stay connected. So.
You've got 2 minutes if anybody wanted to jump in and say anything. Just no pressure. Shanti looks like she's going to speak. Hey, Shanti.
Yeah, I just wanted to thank Antonia. That was wonderful. It was my first experience with Qigong, and funny enough, I've been studying meridians and subtle energies on another project, and it just really hit home with me. So thank you so much for sharing that. It was wonderful. Thank you.
There is so much to Qigong. I mean, there are thousands of moves, and I just barely touched the little tip of it because some of my teachers have said there's like 32,000 moves. I know a few. I mean, even in the 11 years, I guess, of learning, 8 years of teaching into my 8th year. There's so much to it. I love the shaking ones that you can do in the mornings, to wake up and to get going. There's some of the tapping, that's all part of Qigong. That's self-massage. Sometimes it's this kind of massage. It's the ears, And one day, if Kirsty permits me, I would love to do a foot massage, do a half hour of foot massage. You would absolutely feel like you were in heaven. I've done that online, I just have to give you a few things to prepare for it. And a self-foot, I mean, it's better if somebody else will do it for you. Once in a while, I get my husband to do it. But even a self-foot massage is fantastic. All my students that I did it once, I've done it online a couple of times. So if you'd like that, I would love to do that sometime in the future.
Most definitely, we're taking that.
Okay, all right.
On that note,
I'll see your feet one of these days.
Thank you so much, Antonia. Thank you all for coming. See you in the morning. You can make it.
I love having you here. Thank you.